If you don't understand what's happening in South Africa for Trump to allow refugees to seek asylum, let me explain. I'm a live streamer, and surprisingly, so many South Africans join my live stream and they chat. It has become dangerous. And we Americans growing up in public school have been told, oh, everything's fine. There were dark times. South Africa had a dark history with apartheid. And then in the 1990s, they did away with apartheid. Everyone had human rights. Everyone was equal, and things got better. So our American education system trained Americans to believe that everything's okay in South Africa right now, when in reality, there is an insane class war going on from the South African government. South Africans have to lock up their homes. They can't go outside. They're getting kidnapped for ransom. They're getting robbed. If a South African owns a business, it gets looted. And so I asked in a live stream, because so many South Africans joined to talk about it, I said, well, do they catch the people doing it? And they said, no, these are people working for the government. So these are radicals. And they don't have a police system the way other governments do, kind of like the US or Germany, France. So there are people who can't even leave their house. There are business owners who every day are terrified that theirs could be next. Adults are being kidnapped. It's really out of control. And I never knew that about South Africa, because growing up, even the education system I worked for, the education system in the United States has everyone believing that everything's fine in South Africa because they did away with apartheid and now everyone has human rights. No! South Africa has gotten very, 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 very out of controllably dangerous. The issue with the South Africans on my live streams is they can't afford to seek asylum. A lot of South Africans have to apply for a passport, but the government will prevent them from leaving. So it's basically only possible to seek asylum if you have established a passport for you and your family members. But a lot of the South Africans who don't have a passport are struggling to obtain one because the government is preventing them from obtaining one. And in some cases, the government is giving them fake passports so that they get to the airport and they get sent right back to South Africa. It's actually crazy what's happening, and I'm going to be hosting more live streams to discuss this with South Africans. It blew my mind the most to learn that South Africa is not okay the way the public education in America tells us it is. So kudos to Trump for allowing South Africans to seek asylum in the U.S.